Hi, my name is Carly Hoylman and I would like to share about my experience in Uganda. First, I'll give a quick background. I'm 18 years old and I'm about to be a freshman at the King's College in Manhattan, where I will study broadcast journalism. I have two older brothers, Ren, who will be a senior at Millersville University, and Dylan, who will be a sophomore at Temple. My parents, Roger Hoylman and Dorothy Hoylman, accompanied me on this trip to Uganda. My passions include traveling, writing, studying languages, and connecting with people wherever I go. I was an exchange student the summer before my junior year in France, where I met my friend Sophie. We still keep in touch and I visit her every year. I hope to one day study abroad in Paris, France, my favorite city. When my parents first mentioned the Uganda trip to me, I couldn't think of a huge reason not to go. I was already about halfway through my senior year of high school. I had already been accepted to King's, and other than a stat test or two, and maybe a few snowboarding trips, I wouldn't be missing very much at home. My journalism teacher gave me permission to write an article about my experience in Uganda, and my other teachers were very supportive as well. Strangely enough, being the girly girl that I am, I didn't have many fears going into the trip. Even the medley of mandatory vaccines didn't shake me up very much. Although I couldn't recognize a burning passion to go, as I had experienced before in planning trips to France, I decided to let God lead me wherever He wanted me to go. I feel the need to share a story that occurred the first night when we arrived at Musana camp. As I lay sound asleep in my tent, I noticed something cold crawl across my foot. Knowing myself and my tendency to freak out over something as small as a moth, I dismissed this as just a dream. The second time this happened, however, I awoke all of my tent mates with a horrified gasp. One of the women turned on her flashlight to expose a 4-inch lizard climbing up the side of my mosquito net. We quickly removed the pest from the tent, but the entire experience resulted in my realization that I was no longer in my comfort zone. Everything we did on this trip, from building a mud hut for a family in the local village, to teaching the story of creation and playing with children at a nearby school, I was constantly reminded of God's ever-presence in the lives of His people. I was tested spiritually, but I was blessed beyond words. The idea that people are people wherever you go, something I had learned during my first stay in France, was just as true here in Uganda. On one of the nights at Musana, we had worship around a campfire with some of our new Ugandan friends. After the songs were over, someone mentioned the game Chubby Bunny, which is a game that essentially involves cramming as many marshmallows as you can into your mouth while saying Chubby Bunny. Not only were our new friends familiar with the game, they loved it. That was when I realized just how big and how cool God is. There are no limits, no boundaries, and no barriers which He cannot transcend. It sounds strange, but that night felt like a small taste of heaven. Not only did I find it very easy to relate to the Ugandan people on a personal level, but I ended up learning a lot about how they approach life. Mpola mpola, or slowly by slowly, taking time to find Christ-like joy in every situation, and never ever stressing. I had gone on this trip to be a light and serve others, but I ended up receiving the blessings and being humbled as a result. I encourage everyone to explore serving God on a deeper level and opening themselves up to the things that He has in store for those who choose to participate in His work.